reaction as far as everything is really concerned. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We are going to be really going through this starting 11 for the club of Arsenal that has been put out by the manager Mikel Arteta to see to it that everything really goes on as to plan. And do the needful and continue to obviously subscribe because we want to hit 30,000 subscribers, and that's what you're calling in for here, to see to it that everything really moves on as planned. Right about now, we are going to be really doing this for some minutes, head into the game, and after the game, I believe we'll be here to obviously come and really have a long session of what a match reaction is gonna be like, so that is it, and it's really great to have you right now, and we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. And let's obviously get straight into the starting 11s that both managers of both teams, Arsenal and Lyon, have gone ahead obviously put up, and this is how everything is really put up. And here we go. Arsenal have gone ahead to get in Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, and Martinelli, plus Kai Havertz. The bench has Ramsdale, Setford, Carafiori, Heaven, Lewis Kelly, Nicholas, Kivio, Jorginho, Reece Nelson, Nwaneri, Trossard, Jesus, and Eddie Nketiah. That is the starting 11 of the side known as Arsenal. And the bench, you can as well come in through and start telling us what your thoughts are about this bench of Arsenal. Then we go to Lyon, and it's Perry, Mata, Kaleta Ka, Niakite, Abner, Matic, I think it's Nemanja, Maitland-Niles, formerly at Arsenal, returning at the Emirates, Kakweret, Tolisso, Benrahma, Mikautaze. That is the starting 11 for the side of Lyon. And then the substitutes include Bangui, Lopez, Henry Lawson, Kumbedi, Sa, Tagliafico, Diawara, Mangala, Balde, Nuama, and Oban. That is the starting 11. Sorry, that is the bench for the side of Lyon that they've gone ahead obviously coming through and obviously build up to obviously see to it that everything really comes to pass and everything moves on into the right direction where you people are really wanting it to be. So you can as well go into the live chat and obviously charge up with those predictions there for you and how you think this game of football is really going to be panning out. Now, let's go to the systems and see how Arsenal is really going to be lining up tonight. They're having David Raya in goal. He's one of those that has gone ahead obviously retain his position from the side that played against Leverkusen. That is on Wednesday, and they won by 4-1. So David Raya is in goal, and Ramsdale is benched, and I don't know why everything is going to go silent with Aaron Ramsdale yet. We are running short of time, and if I told you are Ramsdale, you'll be like, I want to obviously see myself really getting the best of the best. You understand? Because with a new England manager coming in through, he has to give himself a chance when it comes to obviously getting into the #1 spot for England, and there is no you can get into the #1 spot for England when you are really having no game time, especially as a goalkeeper, meaning that he should be team hunting for his next team where he's really going to be playing at. Then Benjamin White has also gone ahead to retain his right back position. Remember, he played I think close to 70 minutes against Leverkusen, and he comes in. Remember, he was taken off and Nicholas was brought on. Then second left back is Zinchenko, maintaining his position this time round, and he has gone ahead to put in the required shift all possible together. And when you look at Zinchenko, he scored a beauty, and there is no way his manager Mikel Arteta could have gone ahead obviously drop him. That is it. But we want to see him tested defensively and see whether he's really improved a lot this preseason. On to All into the central defense, the usual suspects, Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba, retained their positions too. So that was the back five that featured in the game of Bayer Leverkusen. And on the back five, Arteta hasn't gone ahead to tamper with any player. He has maintained his back five. And when it comes to the midfield, that's where changes have gone ahead to be made a lot, and the forward line. Now, Declan Rice has started in the CDM area, and remember, it was Jorginho into the mix and Kai Havertz plus Odegaard. Now Partey comes in through, and Partey, I think Partey is going to be played as a CDM, and Rice is going to be played as a number 8, like a box-to-box midfielder. Box-to-box midfielder, right? Then Martin Odegaard, into the midfield, meaning that Jorginho has gone ahead to be dropped into this team. Jesus has been dropped, Trossard has been dropped, and the likes of Martinelli, Rice, Saka, Reece Nelson has also gone ahead to be dropped. So very many players have gone ahead to be dropped. So the midfield three is Rice, Partey, and Martin Odegaard. Looks like this is going to be the ideal midfield three for the manager of Arsenal if at all Thomas Partey stays, and all those are the prayers that you should extend to Thomas Partey, that he keeps himself fit, because we all know that when he's fit, he looks like he's one of the best midfielders into the world. That is Thomas Partey for you, right? So after Thomas Partey, you talk about Declan Rice, who went ahead on the game and really had some 45 minutes. He never really looked sharp. I won't come here and lie. He never looked sharp in any way possible. But all I want to confirm to you is that he was that kind of player that he looked at and really understood that he has not been going on. He has not been playing some good football. And then, with him coming in through to put in a very good shift altogether, things haven't gone ahead, obviously work out well for him, but he just needed time, as he's gonna get in today. And I believe that's why the manager has said, I'm gonna be starting this player, because if you start him, it really gives you more chances of really him gaining more match fitness, to obviously put himself in contention, to obviously start as Arsenal takes on the side of Wolverhampton Wanderers. That is next Saturday, this coming week, into the mix. For Martin Odegaard, we all know his chemistry, and is just a brilliant lad into the mix. Saka comes in through to start, and as I told you last time, that Saka was one of the best players I really watched on the pitch. It was like he has been already playing the preseason games with Arsenal in the US. That's what went ahead, obviously, really surprised me. But he really looked sharp, and he knew to it that in a game like this, the manager couldn't obviously leave him out. Then Martinelli is being played off the left, and you remember that he came off the bench and played like 3 minutes. Now, he has gone ahead, obviously integrated into the team again, and I think this is the ideal team for Mikel Arteta this season. He has gone ahead not to forget to reward Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz has been rewarded for the 2 assists and 1 goal he scored against Bayer Leverkusen. Kai has found himself in a position of putting in a required shift altogether to see to it that everything really goes on as to plan for the side of Arsenal. And today, I anticipate that he's one of those players that you come in through assured that he's really gonna get in an assist, all bag in a goal. That is it. I just anticipate it. I just smell it, that this guy is really gonna put in a very good required shift. That is the club of Arsenal for you and the starting 11. And I anticipate the best, but I think Lyon has a side that is gonna be giving Arsenal a better competition. As you see them in here. You see, it's Perry in goal, Mata right back, Abner left back, Niakite and Kaleta Carr into the central defense. Now, when you look at the midfield, they really have an experienced midfielder who played for Chelsea. He played for Manchester United. He played for AS Roma. He goes by the names of Nemanja Matic. And you know what Matic means in games like this, because Nemanja Matic is really good and he has gone ahead obviously put in a very good Rokani shift into the mix. So that is Nemanja Matic for you. And I believe that his experience is really going to be key into this game. And the other experienced midfielder that Lyon is really having is Tolisso. Tolisso is one of those players that really played, is one of the players that played for Bayern Munich, and he was really talented, I tell you, but I don't know exactly what would have happen on Tolisso, but he's really one of those people that you have to look at and really understand that he's really gonna do the needful and nothing's really gonna stop him from really becoming the player that he wants to be. And I think Arsenal really gonna be having what we call a very huge competition in that midfield with Caqueret also into the mix. We will be anticipating for the best to come for the club of for the club of Arsenal. But I think that's what you want as a person who really loves the side of Arsenal, because this is the biggest test that you'll ever get. If I told you an Arsenal player, all fun, and everything will be moving on to the right, will be moving on to the right direction as anticipated, because to show you that Arteta is respecting this side, he has gone strong. Look at how strong Arteta has gone. You get? He's really having Thomas Partey. He's really having Rice into the mix, and very many other players that are set to put in a very good shift into the making of this game to obviously look like they are ready for what we call the Premier League. You get? And they're having Maitland-Niles as a right winger. We all know to it that he used to play as a central defender, right back, left wing and right winger, and that means the manager of Lyon has gone ahead to see the best of this player in him as a right winger, and we just can't wait to see how he's really going to right wing into this beautiful game of football. Is he gonna cook Zinchenko? That is it. That's what you're really gonna be waiting for. Then Said Benrahma is another one that is going to put in a very huge shift into the mix on the left attacking side of the midfield. That is Said Benrahma doing the needful into that mix as a player. Then Mikautadize is going to be leading the line for them, and that's how things are going to be panning out. So for me, I think it's really going to be a highly interesting game that most of us are really going to be enjoying into the mix, and it's going to be giving Arsenal the real test, and we just can't wait to see who is really going to be the champions of the Emirates Cup today as Arsenal takes on Lyon, and it's really going to be interesting. But that midfield battle, Tolisso, Matic, Declan Rice, and Partey, I just can't wait to see who is really going to be winning it, because we all know to it that these players are really super good. They're really super good, and they really have a lot to put up. So for Arsenal, we all know how they're really going to be playing, build from the back. When they really reach the center, it's all about quick passing and obviously doing the needful. Looks like they have a new style of pressing because they press a lot. They press a lot, and the due course of pressing, a lot is given into the mix. So David Sozi, please, there is a comment you put up, and can you please post your number down there? All else join the group of Rokani Media Football, and I will be giving you my number. That is it. So Reki Enunu, Arsenal wins, right? Rokani, Arsenal to win 3-0. Lyon, I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think that Arsenal is going to annihilate Lyon like they annihilated the side of Leverkusen. I think it can be a 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1 win. That's what. But 3-0, I'm not seeing it happening. And if at all it happens, I'll be like, oh, maybe my instincts were really wrong about this game of football. And then Kaiwa Ian Carafiori debut. By the way, Carafiori is on the bench, and I tell you what, he has to come off the bench and really play some minutes, you know, and that means he has gone ahead to integrate in this team of Arsenal very well. I believe that the manager of Arsenal would have gone ahead, obviously give him a note to start into his team, but the problem was Zinchenko's performance against Bayern Leverkusen was really good that you couldn't obviously consider him to be a player for the bench. And Carafiori, having gone ahead not to play any minutes for Arsenal, I believe he doesn't qualify to start, but he qualifies to come off the bench and really get in some 30 or 45 minutes. And depending on how Ainsley Maitland-Niles is really going to be cooking, because if he cooks Zinchenko, then he might not come back during the second half, right? Michael Francis, watching you from Chisasi, Kampala. I think this is a sure win for Arsenal. 4 goals to 1. All right, you people are really going overboard. Boji Richard Rokani, thank you for presenting Arsenal to win. All right, thank you. Dennis Oru, to Makusalimia, to Kiwa, na Mama Wato Jaka, and my son Arnold. We are following Arsenal so much. Rokani, come to Arsenal, bro. No, I cannot come to Arsenal because I support Man United. But, you know, I'm this kind of person who is a free spirit when it comes to sport. When a team is really good, I anticipate that they're really good, and I give them their kudos. Arsenal is one of the most improved teams, and that's why I told you that Arsenal are my favorites to win the title. That is it. This season, they are the favorites. So, send my greetings to your wife and your son, you know. Mama Watoto Jack, you know. Thank you for watching in through. Plus your son, Arnold. Oh, Dennis, thank you. Then David Sozi, how are you doing, Rokani? What is wrong with Merino's deal? Obviously, I told you it's all about the structure of the deal, because Arsenal want to command on how the structure of the deal is supposed to be. And even the side called what's its name? The side called Real Sociedad also want to get in, I think, the large sum of the money, and Arsenal is like, want to spread this deal across 4 years. I think that's the problem, you know, but it will come to pass. Rokani, Arsenal 3, Lyon 0. That is David Sozi. Then Were Nelson, update me about Merino and striker issue. Rokani, Merino, I've just told you that it's all about Arsenal coming to an agreement with Real Sociedad on the structure of the deal. Arsenal are driving it their way, and Sociedad is like, please, however much the player is left with just 1 year on his contract, we are not going to admit to all dance to your tunes. We have to obviously find a common ground for this deal, and both parties to be beneficiaries. Then Femi Benedict is just a win for Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal is going to win, but not with that margin, guys. I'll be shocked if at all Arsenal win with a margin of 3 goals. That is Kariango Paul. I don't know what is stopping Arsenal from signing players. Are they poor? They're not poor. They have the money, but it's all about that self-belief that the squad they have can start off the season and really compete very well. You get? That is it. That is it. And I think the other plan is that Arsenal are like, let's get in cheap players right now, and in January transfer window, if there is a chance for us to obviously strengthen our squad depending on how we'll be looking and really vying or really heading to the title, then we'll do the needful. And that might be one of the reasons as to why they haven't gone ahead to hurry in to get in a centre forward. They will be like, let's obviously start off with Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz and see how they're going to perform in the first half of the season, because you can rescue the title in the last 6 months or 5 months of the season from January. We all know that. So that might be even their plan. So they are not really in a hurry because they believe the squad they have so far can start off the season, and these other players can be slowly get integrated into the team of Arsenal. That is it. Muzora Eli, Arsenal 2, Lyon 1. Babawale Robert, we would be to watch the game. Haven't gone ahead and sent your statement. Jamil Sad, Arsenal 3, Lyon 2. Hey, Mr. RD, big up for the daily updates. All right, thank you for obviously watching in too. And guys, whenever you feel like you have a WhatsApp group or your status, you can as well try to share this link there to obviously inform other people that there is a channel known as Rokani Media Football that does football content. That is it. Kaliango Paul says, thanks already for the updates. Great to hear from you. Prediction, it's a 2-2. All right. Thank you for watching it through. Then Abu Mayo Masar says, Arsenal 3, Lyon 0. Cash Ivan, Arsenal 3, Lyon 1. Then Tiba Ijuka Robert, Arsenal 5, Lyon 0. I don't see 5 goals crossing the line of Lyon. Thank you for the update. How are you doing, bro? Live in Kampala. All right. Kampala people, how are you? Cash Ivan. Saka, Odegaard, Kai will be on target today. Prediction right. I believe Saka is in the mood. Saka is suckering, guys. He's cooking, and he roasted Bayer Leverkusen for the 45 minutes that he really came up with, right? Then Cash Ivan, Odegaard, and Kai will cook, all right? Dennis says, update us about Julian Timber, please. Timber is going to be integrating the team of Arsenal next week. That's what we're getting in from the medical or the sick bay of Arsenal. He's going to be integrated into the Arsenal squad next week. He's going to be training, meaning that he might be up for picks when Arsenal is taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers on the 16th of this month. And that is obviously what we call the Saturday of next week. Jamil Sad, Mr. Aradi, could AFP affect Ghana not to buy? It's not about the FFP, that's it. It's not all about FFP. People are just coming out to put out stories, but it's not about financial fair play. Now, Arsenal has been spending a lot of money, without being in the Champions League. When they went to the Champions League, they collected close to £100 million. In the Premier League, they'll obviously come up, and obviously they came up and really finished second, and they collected some huge amounts of money from the Premier League. You understand? Arsenal has collected money from shirt sales, sponsorship deals, and there is another deal they signed of a new drink. Arsenal has the money. Arsenal has the money. Talking of AFP, Arsenal has found themselves in a position Talking AFFP, Arsenal has found themselves in a position of selling players. 1. Emily Smith-Rowe, £35 million are in the pockets of Arsenal. 2. Arsenal have found themselves in a position of really having players to sell to raise money if at all they felt like they needed money to bring in players. They have Aaron Ramsdale, you get. They have Reece Nelson. They have Eddie Nketiah, you get. If Arsenal was really affected by the FFP, they would have gone ahead to obviously accelerate the deal of Eddie Nketiah. You understand? Arsenal has the money, but they want to spend it on the right player. And it's said that when they find out a player who is right to really see them spend close to £100 million, they will go for it, because we all know to it that they did the same thing onto Declan Rice when they felt like Declan Rice was the player worthwhile, 100 plus spend. They did it. So let no one lie to you that it's the FFP. No, that is it. Those are the players that Arsenal want, and they've zeroed down to those players. That is it. Arsenal has been poor in the transfer for sure for me. Yeah, but you had huge expectations. That is it. But I think for them, they're really doing a very good job. Ozil to Mwebaza, which channel are you talking about? And asking, nice update, brother, on Timber. Ismail Abdul 3-1 for Arsenal. And I'm going for a 2-1 win for the club of Arsenal into this game of football. So the Emirates Cup is on. The players are onto the field of play. And I think we should call it done for now. And then we'll come back to obviously join you later when the game is done. And we'll be letting you know of what results have gone ahead obviously come out into the mix. So for everyone that's been part of this video, thank you. But remember, we are powered by Mono Gadgets. Mono Gadgets are dealers in phones, laptops, brand new. Even if you want used phones and laptops from UK, Mono Gadgets will do you the justice that you want, and they'll really give you a treat of a gadget that you'll never even forget in your entire life. So call them on +256 70 99 88 665, or follow them on TikTok at Mono Gadgets, and they'll obviously be at your service into the mix. That is Mono Gadgets for you, and we love you all. The game of football is on. It has kick-started, and it's off to David Raya, who has gone ahead obviously spread it wide to a player known as William Saliba. Gabriel Magalhaes, he finds Thomas Partey into the middle of the park, and Partey spread his world to obviously find Zinchenko, Zini, Mr. Press Resistant in there for you. Is he small body, big brain? You know, we have a player here in the country where I really be. There is a player called small body, big brain, and Arsenal is trying to obviously launch an attack immediately, and it's Martinelli trying to fight, and the referee is going to blow the whistle, and it's not in favor of Arsenal, it's in favor of Lyon. Arteta is really trying to watch the game, but you just love it with the intensity that Arsenal have gone to start this game on. But Lyon is trying to do some passes, build from the back, but Arsenal are really pressing in numbers, and I tell you what, when a team is pressing numbers like that, it's hard to obviously fail it. Saka has been thrown to the billboards. And he's like, what's wrong with this guy? Is he playing football? Oh, shoulder-to-shoulder push. It has been a shoulder-to-shoulder push, and Saka has really gotten to know that it's not all that easy in there for you. So guys, let's wait and see how this pans out. We are going to be returning with the match reaction. Thank you for watching through.